Hi, so I just wanted to do a very brief video on eye contact, and that's for, well, autistics are already going to know. Not everybody's the same, once again, like everything in life. No, not everybody's the same, but sometimes there's more of a majority for one thing than another. And this is something that concerns me. I can give eye contact sometimes. It depends. I see a lot. That's my which causes me anxiety because I can read, like they say, people autistics can't read people's faces. I can read eyes really well, and it's not always right. Like again, but quite often, if somebody's in a bad mood or something, I can see it in their eyes, and it makes me unnerved. And I can see quite a few things in people's eyes, so I can't really do eye contact that well because I don't really want to see everything all the time. It's like I would rather just get on with my day. But these are the reasons, different reasons why people won't do eye contact. Autistics. So mine is a varied amount of reasons. And if you're supporting someone autistic and you are autistic and you don't know why, then I can give you a couple of my reasons and explanations to why I don't do eye contact. So the first one that you've heard is because I'm hypersensitive to body language, tone, eyes, particularly eyes. So I feel uncomfortable seeing as much as I can in a person's eyes as I do. It can be like I could be like Sherlock Holmes. So it can be a superpower, which it is actually, and I do use it now as a superpower. But I just turn it off because what I found was being so hyper aware actually was one of the things that caused me a lot of anxiety. So I've learnt to pay attention to not doing eye contact quite often. So if I can see someone might be having a bad day, I'll absorb that from them. So to stop me from absorbing it, that's another one of my superpowers, I guess, is by not looking at them with eyes. Now the problem I always had growing up was, and when you read about eye contact and different things, is when I didn't know who I was, then I would, you know, I was afraid I was this devious person that lied because they say if you don't give eye contact, wasn't it? And oh my god, why don't I give eye contact? Because I'm a liar. Am I devious? And then so all the myths about eyes are no, about that. Mine was because of my absorbing of information was hyper, and it's too much information. It's like a computer having a download at a super speed and it's not prepared and then it'll crash. That's exactly what my body language and eye contact and observations are. Too much going on. So if you can filter it and slow it down, it's actually quite an asset. So I have learned to do that quite a lot, and I have found it a massive asset now in what I do. And now I know what it is, and now I can manage it. It makes a massive difference. But another reason I didn't do eye contact is because I grew up within an environment that wasn't kind, and was critical and not understanding, and not emotionally intelligent. And I was probably quite ahead for a young age with my intelligence in that way, not in other ways, but that way. So I learned to not trust the people around me, so I couldn't trust them. So I couldn't give them eye contact. I think an important part of eye contact is trust, very often. And if you are a caregiver and a child or an adult isn't giving you eye contact, don't feel bad about that. It's not your thing. It's not easy to gain the trust of an autistic because we have to go through so much to be heard, understood. So it's not anybody's fault. So like I said, any more things you can do to help and support an autistic, if you get their eye contact, you've done something right. Really right. If you never get the eye contact, it doesn't. Some will never do it because they've been through too much, and it's not down to you. It's not about you. It's about what they've been through. So forcing eye contact, if is not a good idea. I unfortunately did a course via online with a company, part of work, and so well during the COVID thing epidemic, and I was talking to a woman who was teaching me, and part of my work that I do, she wanted me to get an autistic to give me eye contact. And I said, no, I would never do that. And she goes, oh, no, it's fine, I did it. I got someone to give me eye contact. She thinks that was a win. That's not a win. She thought that was a good thing that she managed to get some. No, that's because um, you've got to build a trust with someone, not ask them to do it. They've got to do it willingly, not be asked to. Because you might find quite often with autistics is they want to please the people around them, even if it's to the cost of their comfort. And I'm not saying she might have built a rapport with this person, but she wanted me to do it in such a thing way I would never ask somebody I support to look at me in the eye if they don't want to, and I wouldn't ask them to do it anyway. They'd like do it because they were naturally looking at me, and they did. So this is the thing about eye contact, the pressure put on it, the conditioning that some think that training a child or an adult to live in the neurotypical world is by getting them to give eye contact as this important thing that is so a tiny thing compared to what they really need and what they really need help with. It only makes the other person that they're talking to feel comfortable. And I do understand that, like, to progress in society, which is what they want for some autistics, is giving eye contact. But if the awareness of the way the world or the way we live in this world is better, it won't be a problem anymore. Because I still, even in my position with my stress and anxiety I've managed, my understanding of myself, I still can't do eye contact all the time. There's no way. It's because I read too much, I see too much within those, and I can't concentrate on what it is I'm meant to be doing. And also, after my years and years and years of not being understood, and from the pinnacle years when you're a child, when you're small, somebody has really got to build up an extreme trust with me to do that. So if you do get eye contact from somebody who is autistic and you haven't for a while, think of it as a gift, because that's quite a special thing. If they can manage to do that, it will take an effort for them, and they must trust you. You will find though with eye contact, it does vary from the person. So like again, nothing is like 100% this way. I talk to autistics and have autistic friends who do the staring, where they don't know how to take their eyes away, and also the fear of taking their eyes away, because once they've made eye contact, they don't know how to move their eyes away, so they might do it really weirdly like that. That they, people will think is weirdly, but just because I've done it myself, when I've got eye contact with someone, eventually got it. I'm like, oh, I'm stuck in a tractor beam and I can't pull my eyes away and I don't know how to, and it's uncomfortable and it's a horrible experience, and now I'm acting really strange and those people are going to think I'm bonkers, which obviously I know that's not the case, and I quite welcome people who I talk to who can do that sort of thing, and I says, oh, I do that as well. And it's nice and relaxed. It's because I haven't, because of stress and anxiety, I'll touch back on that, for years and years and years, it hasn't helped me develop those parts of me as well, because my brain was in a fog for years of stress and anxiety, so it wasn't absorbing and learning what was around me. So so you get people autistics who will just stare and not understand not to stare, and they'll be staring at them intently. So you've got various things to do with eye contact and reasons for it and behind it and who they are. And I just wanted to talk about that because, and some autistics you find won't have a problem with eye contact. See, it's all different. But if you have someone who has got a problem with it, then this is why, and it's good to understand it a lot better. All right, take care. Bye.